All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel, and let's get right to it. So today's video is going to be called "Who Are You?" Right? But I feel like it should be more like "What are you?" Right? Because it's about to get trippy here. Because most people, most of us only identify ourselves with just this skin version, this human flesh form of ourselves. But if we dive deeper though, right? If we're trying to go back to like the whole origin or just find out what even is life, you know, you have to ask yourself, you know, how is anything anything? And, you know, like why this? Why that, Why this human design if not for an infinite creative designer of some sort, right? And so, and also, furthermore, nothing can exist on its own. And for example, right? Let's say let's say you're sitting in your house right now, or sitting in a car. Depending on where you're at. Like I said, nothing can exist on its own. On its own, right? So the whole idea of nothing can't exist unless something is there in place first, right? So let's say, for example, you're sitting in your house right now. You know, there's something in your room. There's belongings, could be books, clothes, right? Now, to where if you were to remove everything, though, you can say, oh, it's empty in here, right? There's nothing in here, but only because there was something in place first. Only because there was something there. There was something there first, Because so then, therefore, you wouldn't know the idea of nothing unless something is there in place first. It's very trippy, but if we try to go all the way back, right, like even before the cosmos, molecules, atoms, all this, right? Something was here and it had to be aware or it became aware of itself, right? God, God, Let's get, let's get even deeper. And then so from self, right? It makes sense that God was like, you know, there's nothing out here, you know. Let there be light. Let there be this, right? The cosmos, planets, stars, earth, these humans, right? You know. And so just like I said on the previous video, right? About source, pure consciousness. So then if everything comes from source, if everything is dipped in that essence, then realistically, everything is of the essence. Everything is that essence, right? And then you start realizing that, everything is everything's connected, you know. Everything is from source, made manifest in this physical form, you know. Everything's connected. Everything's of the same composition. And now it's trippy though, because it's very easy to say, oh, then if everything's from source, if everything's of the same composition, if I'm source, right? Then I'm God, right? It's very easy to say that. And I was right there with you. But then you have to ask yourself though, right? And shout out to Dominic Morrow for saying this, because it makes sense, right? If you're really your own God, then why do you eat food? Why do you drink water, right? You should be living by your own set of rules, right? If you're really your own God, right? You should create your own universe. You shouldn't have to breathe oxygen if you're really, if you're really your own God. You shouldn't have to adhere to certain laws like gravity, right? And certain things of physics. You know, that's why for me, that's why I call myself a child of God, right? I'm not ashamed to say that, right? Especially me, man. Because me, I'm living for Christ, right? Glorifying Him, doing what I do. And so, we're just going to be real here. We're just going to be honest. But that's me being humble, right? There's something amazing about being humble. actually something very powerful, right? Because once you acknowledge where you get your power from, then you can use it right. You can use it for good. For example, it's like, let's say somebody teaches you martial arts, for example, right? Um, you know, they teach you how to, throw a punch, kick, whatever, whatever. And then you try and come back and fight that person, and they beat the living snot out of you, right? It's kind of like them going, did you forget? Did you forget where you learned all this? Did you forget where you get this power from? Right? So like I said, right, there's something powerful about being humble because it's very easy to get arrogant, to get big-headed, thinking, oh, I'm this, I'm that, but human beings are very fragile, very powerful at the same time, but when you're humble, you're able to assume that power, to use your consciousness and use it right. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, you can use this to create or destroy. Choice is yours because nobody avoids karma, right? Energy transfers real. The energy you beam out gets beamed right back. So I'm trying to use this for good, if you ask me. But no, just in general, right though, in totality, you know, these things are all gifts. Consciousness, being able to manifest, everything is a gift actually. And being able to walk, being able to talk, you know, move my digits, blink my eye, right? Just breathe, eat food, all this, so on and so forth, right? Just being thankful for everything. And as we dive deeper in this series, I'll say it right now, I've been doing this for over 5 years, and gratitude is still the best way to manifest anything. I'm just gonna say that off the bat, doesn't matter what it is, right? Because when you're grateful for something, right, you're finally satisfied, you're relieved that something's done. It's like being at a restaurant and the server or the waitress, brings out your food, and then once it's in front of you, what do you say, right? Thank you, thanks, right? Because it's right in front of you. There's no more, there's no more wondering how or wondering when it's going to get to you. It's literally right in front of you. So that's the beautiful thing about gratitude. Is just you're thankful, you're finally relieved and satisfied that it's done. Whatever you want. I don't care if it's a relationship, a house, job, money, lifestyle. When you're thankful for something being done, just watch the world catch up to you. And we're definitely going to dive deep into that one. But I just wanted to make this video, to just kind of say, like, in this journey, in this manifestation journey, we have to be humble. We have to be very, very keen, very, clear on what we want, on what we're trying to do, because, this this is your compass right here for life, for anything. And so, yeah, I just wanted to hop on here, just kind of say that, give a little refresher, and wish everybody be at peace. Nothing but love and blessings. And I'll see you guys on the next one.